Hey Masters, thank you all for tuning in. Welcome back to another video. In this video I will break down a few pairs, well more than a few, using supply and demand concept. And I have some levels here drawn already, so I'm not going to remove them and then plot them again for the video. So I'm just going to explain what I have here, and when we start some fresh markets I will be drawing the zones so you guys can see. Okay, so this is 4-hour chart for pound CAD, and as you can see, this area I have up here is a supply zone, and I have this supply zone here, but as you can see, it's a more transparent green than the one above, indicating that it's not a fresh supply zone and price could penetrate through this area. Same for here. As you can see, I have a demand level created here, but it's whiter than this demand level here, showing that this zone has been tested. So for pound CAD now, we have a uptrend here because structure took out previous supply and creates new demand. That's a rule to identify the trend of the market. So we currently have an uptrend with larger time frame demand in control, as you can see here. We have larger time frame demand in control, so we have to remain long on pound CAD. Okay, now let's go to USD CAD. Okay, so as from previous videos, I explained when market was coming down into our demand zone. Here, what happened was we had a break of this trend line here, initiating demand in this area. Let me draw the trend line for you guys here. As you can see, there was a break of this trend line, so demand, was formed here. So price left the area and came back here, and then continued up towards our supply level we have here. So US CAD currently in an uptrend. Let's go to AutoCAD. Okay, so let's start from the monthly. As we can see from the monthly, we have a demand level here in blue, and if we look to the left, we can see that it has history of previous demand here. Price left and went up. If we look back again, we can see that price have left the area again here. So this is definitely a demand level. However, we don't use previous zones to confirm the demand level. We just use it to identify, the region. So it's not to be, so we are not supposed to use the concept of, okay, price is here and price is here, so it's a demand level. No, we can't do that, because these are not fresh levels. What we use is the break of the most current trend line. So if we get the trend and we draw it here from the high down, we can see that price respected the trend line up until here, exactly in our demand zone. Price broke the trend line and started to go up, telling us that there is demand here. So the monthly is now in a uptrend here. So monthly is up, and we always stick to larger time frame control. So if the monthly demand is in control, then our bias on the market overall should be buys. We don't want to go against higher time frame demands and higher time frame supply. And from the weekly, we can see that the weekly was in a downtrend from our supply zone here, hit our demand zone here and left, and now price is in the middle. Price slowed down a bit because look to the left. We had supply here because demand was here. Supply took out demand in this area, creating supply here. So price is now reverting from this area with some supply here. So if we look to the left, we can see that supply was taken out. Trend line broken. If we measure trend line broken here, new demand created here. If we go to the 4-hour, we can see new demand is created here for a further upside into our supply zone here. And if you notice the color for supply zone, it tells us the strength of the zone. Okay, so I think that's it for US for AutoCAD. Let's go to USD JPY. USD JPY. Okay, so let's start from the monthly. Okay, so USD JPY. As we can see here, we have our demand zone drawn here. If we look to the left, we can see that there is history of demand here. The price left this area, came up here, formed supply in this area, came down here, trend was broken here. Let me draw the trend here. Trend was broken there, creating demand here. So we had a downtrend broken, creating demand here. We have our demand level plotted here. We have the trend line broken here, which tells us demand is here. Price left, went back up into the supply here that we have here. Price came back down to our demand zone. Didn't enter the demand zone. Bounced right off our demand zone that we had. And trend was broken here. You can see. Let me draw it for you guys. Trend was broken here, right in our demand zone. Price left, and now is in the uptrend. So what trend is it on? An uptrend. But however, this is not our monthly trend. This is our monthly trend. Let me draw this for you guys. This is our monthly trend. And rules state that when we have higher low, we can create a trend. So the monthly is in a uptrend with new levels of demand being created. Let's go to the weekly. What trend is the weekly on? As we can see, weekly left our demand zone here, went up, took out supply, formed demand, went up, took out supply, went up, took out supply, formed demand here. Weekly is in an uptrend. Let's draw our line. All levels respected. Levels respected. Previous supply taken out. More demand being created. Weekly is in an uptrend. So the monthly is in an uptrend and the weekly is in an uptrend. Higher time frame demand is in control. So we don't want to go against that. We don't want to sell into this. You know, sure, you can probably find a lower time frame supply to sell, but greater time frame demand is in control. Now to our daily. Trend was broken here on the daily. Demand created here. We have our demand level drawn here. Price left, came back to our demand level. Left, demand. We have supply up here. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. It's that simple, guys. This is the 4 hour. As we can see, to the left, we have supply here. Price is reverting. Are we in an uptrend? Yes, we are. There. See? Clear as diamonds. Clear as diamonds, guys. So it is. Let's go to EUR/USD. Let's start by the monthly. As we can see, we had a downtrend here. Things changed here. Trend broken here. Demand created here. Price left demand. Went back into supply here. And yes, here is supply because demand was here. Demand was taken out. New supply created here. Price went back, tested supply here. And now it's on its way down. So what is the trend, guys? Trend is down. Supply is in control. Larger time frame supply is in control. Here's our trend. If trend is broken, demand is created. Trend has not been broken. Trend is down. Now to the weekly. No, trend is down. There we go. But we cannot buy into demand. So it's against the rules. We cannot buy. We have our demand level here. Why would we want to buy into demand? You know, we would have sold up here. We would have sold up here. We have our supply level here. We would have sold here. Now it's too late. It's more than 50% in the curve. It's too late. Too late to get this here. Too late for that. However, price is still